Interesting. What is this Helseth? New ruler, King Halahu Helseth, is trying to transform the role of King of Morrowind from a mercenary imperial figurehead into a powerful, personalized head of state. Interesting. Alright. Anyone in particular I need to know about? Almalexia, Our Lady of Mercy, dwells in her temple. Really? Apparently her avatar is here. That's interesting. Captain of the Royal Guard. It's a big city. Should ask around. Can I ask him about the Dark Brotherhood? No, but this is the person I need to talk to. In case I want to leave. Useful. Well, I suppose while we're in the Royal Palace, we should try to find a guard and tell him about what's been going on. And practice some of our magic while we do. Excuse me. Yes, I seem to be having trouble with the Dark Brotherhood. I'm not comfortable talking about it with someone I don't really trust. Then perhaps we can be made to trust each other. I don't know why you want to go looking for those demons. Some say they live in the sewers beneath the Great Bazaar. You'll find the Great Bazaar in the eastern section of town. We don't want any trouble there, so mind your manners. Thank you for the information.
Justice never sleeps.
Of course not.
Morrowind, city of light, city of magic.
Yes, that's rather nice. Helseth's chambers. Well, I don't suppose we have any reason to go bugging the nobility here as soon as we've arrived. Though it might be interesting at least to investigate the palace. Apparently that goes to the Legion's depot. Helseth's chambers. And then the throne room itself, which I believe was located over here. Yes. Well, either way, as presumptuous as we might be and as high up in the Telvanni hierarchy as we are, I see no real reason to go there now. This royal palace, I must say, is rather underwhelming. It seems just a series of rather drab-looking tunnels. I expect something with... I was just expecting more. Let's just put it that way.
Excuse me. City I was just thinking. City of magic.
And what about? Oh, hired on mercenary. I'm not interested. Reception, courtyard, Imperial Cult Services. This leads to the temple courtyard. This leads Plaza Brindisi Duran. There doesn't seem to be a way to exit at the east or west end. Well, that's rather interesting. And the map still shows this as being in Evanhart. That's funny. Interesting. Zaya? Been too long. Well, that's a rather interesting looking statue, I must say.
Justice never sleeps.
Of course, of course. I think I'd like to move closer and take a more detailed look. Interesting. I believe that is Dagoth battling with Almalexia, if I am not mistaken. Well, they did say this Great Bazaar was to the east, so perhaps we should head in that direction.
No. City of light. City of magic.
These guards are terribly repetitive, aren't they? Either way, it's a rather large and impressive looking place, I have to say. And this leads to the Great Bazaar. Exactly what we're looking for. Seems like it takes a great deal of time to get anywhere in this city. Everything is very spaced out. And that guard did mention they actually supposedly are in the sewers underneath this place. Considering I'm set on investigating here, I really feel no compulsion to just mill about shopping, unless there's something truly pressing that is worth investigating. Well, there's no harm in dropping down here. Certainly do not want to walk all the way around there. Perhaps one of these... He looks like a weapons merchant. One of these people's has some basic food supplies that I could buy, so I could make myself some more restore fatigue potions, considering I find myself already at the limits of exhaustion. While I'm here, the Dark Brotherhood knows of my arrival. I should doubtlessly keep a ghost summoned at all times to defend me in case of dangerous confrontations. Salt right, excellent. Marshmallow is always useful. Eggs. Fortify strength. I think I could use this with... No, I cannot. Either way, though, decent deal. Can make myself some more restore fatigue potions this way, which is very good. Presumably. And some restore health as well. Very good. What is this? The Common Tongue. This broadsheet is a newsletter copied on cheap paper, featuring sensational events in the city of Morrowind. One article describes a list of individuals who died under suspicious circumstances when their interests conflicted with those of a former prince of the West. The reference is clearly King Helseth, King of Morrowind, formerly Prince Helseth of the Kingdom of Wayrest in the province of High Rock. The Common Tongue. A poet can have no higher purpose than to tell the truth about the human condition, says Lord Vivek. Mysteries of the West. I have a little list. They never would be missed. Appearing at the top 3 names: Anhar, Khajiit male, Martyrius Arrentius, Imperial male, Jaxole Asieli, Breton male. I wonder if it's related to race Asiel. What do these 3 names have in common? All 3 at one time or another represented an inconvenience to a Western noble prince named Helseth. And then it seems to go on detailing exactly what their positions were and how they became a problem. The only A's on the list. Some have suggested that Prince Helseth was the most accomplished and subtle poisoner in the West. The Common Tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment. Admittedly, the absence of such proof could count as qualifying towards the title of a more accomplished and subtle poisoner. Further, the Common Tongue does not wish to suggest that King Helseth is a poisoner, or that the recent death of King Athin Leilathans was a poisoning, and not a natural death. The Common Tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment, and the Imperial coroners have ruled that Cathin Leilathan died a natural death. That's interesting. What could this building be? Hi, High Elf. You probably want to talk to Miriam backstage. He's in charge of our little troop here. Ah. Greetings. I'm sure you came here to watch our production of the Horror Castles here. Actually, that's one of Abreel's favorite plays. Well, I'm very sorry to inform you that we won't be putting on the show today. The troupe has its own drama to worry about. Now, Abreel normally wouldn't stop what he was doing to get involved in this, but, as we have read previous on in the Let's Play, this is actually one of his favorite books. And so he would actually, written by Telvanni actually, and he would ask what their drama is. He would want to get involved, and so he could see this production go forward. Yes, well, wouldn't you know that the very day we're supposed to debut our show, our lead actor Tarvis Beleth comes down with collie wobbles. Can't find anyone to take over his part. I would do it, but my expertise is desperately needed backstage. So now I've just got to stand up here and try to drive people away from our heavily promoted production. I just wish we could find someone who looks like Tarvis. Wait just a minute there, High Elf. You know, you kind of look a little like Tarvis. I think this might work. What do you say, High Elf? Would you like to take on the part of Clavidius, captain of the Imperial Guard in our production? Oh, the Imperial Guard captain. Be involved in a play? Abreel has doubts, but... No, he says yes, I'd love to help. Fantastic. Here, take a copy of the script. As you can see, people are already starting to gather, so we need to get this show started. I'm sure you know the Horror Castles here quite well, don't you? Of course you do. There's no need for a lengthy rehearsal. Review the script for the next 2 minutes, then talk to me again. Make sure you come back within 2 minutes, as our play requires exact timing to pull off correctly. Oh boy.
Relax. You'll be fine.
Wow. This is actually quite a bit of pressure here. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Don't we actually have 2 copies of this now? Oh no, we never actually picked up the copy. Yeah. Wow. All 30 pages of it. So actually what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to record this just because it would be tedious for people watching, is actually go and memorize Clavidius' lines, and then actually try to put on a decent performance. Abreel would want to do this justice. So for now, I'm just going to go away for a second, and we'll be right back once I've done that. So, see you in a bit.